I mean, who am I here with?
No, you're talking to Erance.
Okay, Erance. What are you doing here at UWC?
I'm doing pharmacy and I'm doing my second year and currently partaking in leadership, which is I'm a vice chairperson of a association called UCAPS that represent pharmacy student here at UWC.
Oh, okay. So, was that your first leadership role that you've had since you came into varsity or since high school days? Can you tell us more?
To be honest, man, leadership has been in my veins for years now. Starting from high school, I was a chairperson at high school, a head boy, the so-called head boy as they do call. And I think it was 2021 whereby I was a head boy at school, and coming to UWC, I started partaking in leadership like class reps, and I have a good background of leadership.
Okay, okay, that's very nice. So, I want to know, what drew you into pharmacy? What made you say, okay, this is the course that I want to do, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Actually, I always tell people that pharmacy is like a calling to us. If you really want to do pharmacy, because let me talk on my side. I had a passion of helping people and I had a passion of improving people's life. So I asked myself the time I was doing matric that how am I going to improve people's lives? And I had a dream of building a hospital one day. Then that dream, that's where I started to say, no, I have to enroll in medicine and pharmacy. And by the way, I applied only for pharmacy at UWC, medicine at SMU. Unfortunately, I did not enroll at SMU because during, I think it was December, whereby my document was missing, then my application couldn't be processed for that, for the incoming year. But fortunately enough, I'm here, I'm doing pharmacy. I love it.
Okay, that's very nice. So, would you say that the information you had about pharmacy before coming into pharmacy was sufficient for you when you got here at university?
Many people actually they don't know what is it the pharmacy about and what's pharmacy, especially people at home. Men, like when you're doing grade 12, grade 11, what you know, it's medicine, law, accounting. I want to be an economist or chartered accountant. I want to be a lawyer, a medical doctor. But it's a really only few people that know about pharmacy. So I did not know much about pharmacy before I enrolled at UWC. What I knew about pharmacy that okay, when you are a pharmacist, you will be a healthcare practitioner, a healthcare professional.
Okay, okay, that's very nice. So, would on your first year when you first started studying, right, up until on your second year, would you say that the expectations you had were they met during those times?
Expectations, to be honest, it can be yes or no because it comes to a question what were the expectations which I had, because I wanted the expectations that I had, particularly, I mean, man, it was that pharmacy, it's more like it's more based like as if like nurse that you deal with patient more and you interact with them. But nonetheless, pharmacists you don't interact more with patient, but you evaluate their prescription and you give them medication. So I can say my expectations were not really met, but I think it's because I was naive.
Okay, okay. So you think you set those expectations too high for yourself, or was it just the environment or how things are?
I mean, that's how things are. And if you can maybe now ask someone from outside of our city and say, what does pharmacists do? They will really tell you what pharmacists do. Others will tell you that no, pharmacists are just retailers. Others will tell you that pharmacists, I like that they interact with patient more. So you get to set up the expectations too high, and you find out unfortunately the degree can't measure up your expectations.
Okay. So what would you say is like the difference between the first year after study in pharmacy and the second year of study? Like, what were the differences that you found?
I think the main difference or the major difference here it's the syllabus.
Yes.
What you do on first year, it's more like they're trying to integrate you in varsity, whereby you will be exposed to, you will be doing bomber physics, math and stuff. But when you go to second year, you will be doing real modules of pharmacy. That's where you will start to learn what pharmacy is about and what pharmacy represent and what is it that you have to know as a pharmacist, but first year it's basically introduction, whereby they're trying just to integrate you from that level of coming from high school to the higher institutions.
So in second year, when you're in second year, do you do visit facilities, or do you still also do everything on campus?
uh Second year, that's where, as I said, that as I mentioned before, that second year, that's where you start to be integrated more on the pharmacy degree. That's where you start to be exposed more with the interact with the outside world. I mean, go to facilities, you do your externships in the private community hospital, community pharmacies, I mean to say.
So were there any differences that you noticed between the theory and the practical work?
Theory and the practical work, it's always different, man. I mean, like, theory, because theory, how about theory, they actually teaches you everything that you have to know, but the sad truth is that when you go to those facilities, and more that now you are being exposed, you are dealing with more of scenarios and circumstances more than knowing theory and critical solving theory on paperwork.
So now let's say you had the power, right, to change three things, or let me just say two things about pharmacy as a profession, and also with the studies and with everything. What are the two things that you would like to change, or let me not say change, let me just say improve?
Number one, I think, is the perspective on how people view pharmacy. I would like pharmacies themselves, or rather the pharmacy bodies or statutory authority of pharmacy, or that governs pharmacy, to establish themselves, man. I mean, to advertise themselves and to conscientize people that, no, look, this is what pharmacy do, because they really do even campaigns at high school whereby they will tell you what pharmacy is about, and like what they do about abo SATU, that SATU is a union of teaching, but you don't know what SAPC is, it's because you are not conscientizing enough. So I mean, like, as I say, they must establish themselves and they must go there and advertise their profession. I mean, we love the profession, then it means we must advertise and try to conscientize people. The second thing, let me just think, it's more like to expose students in the practical work, you see, not being on campus, because if you can see the hours that you're on campus and the hours that you go to facilities, you find out when you're doing second year, it's 150 hours that you're going to the facilities, you see, but hours that you are in class, like, it's a really difference in this ratio. So I would like pharmacists to be exposed in the real world, because I mean, practical work, that you are going to be exposed, and you're going to learn what is it that I don't know, because now we have to apply on the daily life patients, you see.
Okay, thank you so much. Also, I just wanted to ask, right? They say now there's someone who wants to do pharmacy. They don't really know much about pharmacy. What would you advise those?
Okay, at high school, I mean, you have to pass your maths and science very well, and you must be competent in these subjects, and you must try by all means to research about pharmacy, and maybe go to nearest hospitals and find out what pharmacists do. You go to retail community pharmacies and check what those guys are doing, because they are doing it exceptionally very well. And they are doing an incredible job that one can love if you can keep the distance between you and them shorter. When you get yourself closer to them, when you expose yourself, I want this, so that we can have pharmacists that have passion, because it's difficult for many pharmacists to have passion, because, mind you, you don't know about pharmacy at high school. You start to know pharmacy at a higher institution, so it's difficult for you to develop that so-called passion, because many of them, they're saying that they're chasing man because it's paying.
Okay, okay, that's a very interesting topic you're touching on, also about money, right? Is there something that when you enrolling in pharmacy, when you're studying pharmacy, that you can apply at workspaces, that you can like apply yourself or get a job while studying in pharmacy?
No, it's I consider pharmacy as one of the best careers whereby you can establish yourself before working, because I mean, like, there is locum whereby you can go to clinics, you can go to different pharmaceutical companies and work there as a locum, and being a post basic, being a basic pharmacist, because you are still a learner, you see, and earn some money, and it can make a good living for you.
Okay, okay, that's very nice. And also, just one thing also I want to know. You've mentioned that you're a leader of a student association for pharmacy, and you mentioned that you've held the leadership before, right? So, and also since you're doing pharmacy, I want to know that what's that one thing that you learned from pharmacy as a profession that you've able to instill in yourself as a person?
I think number one, it's a leadership, because when you're a pharmacist, you must be a leader. Then this some sort of skills. It's what here at varsity that doing well on training us to be good leaders. I mean, decision making and stuff. So these are the things that, as an individual, it's more not perhaps academic related, but a personal growth. As you, as a leadership, maybe you are interested in leadership, because I believe everyone is a leader, because in order to lead, you have to have a passion, and you have to have dedication, and love those people that you want to lead. So pharmacy teaches us patience, and it teaches us to love people, and it teaches us to care for people, and it teaches us to make decisions. That makes you a leader, man.
Ah, okay, okay. You sound very passionate about what you're saying. We love to see that. We love to see that. Okay, so just one last thing, right? What is the message would you leave with the viewers who are watching this video? Just one message from aspiring leader pharmacy student. You're going to your third year next year, right? Yeah, you're definitely going to your third year next year. So what is that message you would like to leave with the people who are viewing this video?
Um, Number one, I will say follow your heart. Follow your heart as much as you can, and do what you want to do in life. I mean, Albert Einstein once said that if you judge a fish with its ability to climb a tree, then it will spend its whole life thinking that it's a fool. You mean? So what I'm trying to say, or rather elaborate here, is that we have different capabilities, we have different strengths, and we have different passion in terms of careers and everything. So I am saying you have to follow your heart. But in order for you to follow your heart, you have to firstly identify who you are as a person, and never try to fake your lifestyle in order to feed on people's armpits, I might say.
Thank you so much for your time, and that was very crucial information. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pigma.